Okay guys, welcome back. So we have a special guest on the channel, one of our absolute favourites. So we've got Lindsay Knowlton back with us. Good to see you.
Hi guys,
Welcome
great
back.
to be back, thank you.
So many of the long-time subscribers and viewers will remember we had Lindsay in done a fit last year. Lindsay's a Taylomade staff player, so we were looking at last year's offerings, M4, M3, what was it, what we were going to fit into. So we kind of worked into a really nice combination for Lindsay, which was M4, 9.5 with the TPT 17 series.
It's now her favorite club.
Oh yeah.
By far.
Oh, it is my favorite club.
Which is always good news. A year on in, and you love it and have a real affinity to it. That's really, really nice to hear. So as the season's about to kind of kick off over here, Taylomade want to get you in the new stuff. Which isn't always the easiest thing when you love a golf club is for them to want you to play something new. So we're going to put M4 against this year's offerings.
So M6 is the comparable model to M4.
Knowing Lindsay's flight like we do, M5 most likely will be a little low spin.
Too low spin.
Just kind of nosedive a little bit. So I think M6 is going to be the closest comparison.
So it's a perfect opportunity, I think, to answer the question that people will have. I have an M4, maybe like Lindsay, that's her favorite, and is it worth me upgrading? Should I even bother going to demo this? That's why we want to do this test, to at least give the initial thoughts of, okay, are there ball flight differences? Does it spin less? What's going on there? Is it worth kind of taking a look at? So there'll be more testing to come, different comparisons, but this is really our first look at this.
This is the first time we've had a chance to test it and see if it's any good. I mean, we've done a little bit with it over the last couple of weeks in the store.
You've been fitting with it?
I like it. I like both of them, which is good news. I think M5 and M6 are really, really good offerings. So it'll just be interesting to see how they compare to last year, because M4 and M3 were pretty good as well.
They were, yeah.
So little subtle differences this year though. So we've lost half a degree of loft for Lindsay.
Standard loft is 9 instead of 9.5. We got both set on neutral.
Right.
So we don't know why they've done that. Maybe they've changed the CG location or something.
They kind of, I think, turned 3 skews into 2. So they had 8.5, 9.5, 10.5, and that's just now 9 and 10.5.
So they're consolidating that loft.
They have a 12 as well in right-handed. But
gotcha.
So they kind of feel, I think, with the amount of adjustability you get out the sleeve, 2 degrees of loft in either direction, they probably could trim down the skews a little bit.
Which makes sense. Business decision.
Business decision.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a performance decision, probably business.
We'll find out. So the big question is it faster on ball speed? Because that's
the big story.
Twist face was already there.
Sure.
And a lot of the other technology, the raised crown and stuff, it's not new.
Yeah.
It's just the screw injection technology, or whatever they're calling it, is new.
Speed injection. So
we'll
with
see.
the foam. Well, I mean, it was an interesting weekend. Kind of find myself, and Sundays is my day. I can kind of get into a little bit of social media and stuff.
I do tend to see you on there on Sundays.
Sunday's my day. So yesterday I saw online there was some big question marks from certain people on social media about like this whole speed injection.
Oh, really?
Is it nonsense? Is it not? What's it all about? So people are asking questions
as they should.
Yeah, I mean, with regards to speed foam and how it enhances speed, whereas, so obviously they're making this head, the claim is this is starting faster than is the legal limit. So 257 CT, which is the measurement of speed characteristic time. So this actually starts quicker than that and then gets reduced in speed.
So that it's exactly as good as it can be.
So they can measure it, so that's the claim. Okay. So it's going to be interesting to see. I've always found Taylomade drivers to be fast, so if it's even quicker than that, I think they'll have a hard job making it too much quicker than what they've had before.
All right, so let's get some baselines with the favorite.
Okay, Old Faithful.
Old
ready
Faithful.
to go.
All right, M4.
Sounded even better.
That one was better.
It's a little lower spin as well, which is going to help it.
Yeah, all over the line.
Jump a little bit.
Come on.
Gonna get the green runner.
262.
Very nice. Good. Very nice. That's nice.
Nice and flat too.
Yeah.
Very good. Great swing. Yep, that is nice too.
Lindsay's just your dream pro-am partner.
This is perfect, yeah.
It's like you just
Every
rock up to
single
the
fairway.
pro-am, hits every fairway, just doesn't miss one, takes all the pressure off the team.
It's you guys. You got me
Good
into
influence on
it.
you.
It was a game changer this year.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
good.
The course ended up playing a lot differently for me. I was able to get a lot of par fives and two.
Were you?
Is that right?
Shorter
Yeah.
irons into the green.
That's really good to hear.
That's
Yeah.
A bit more attacking in your game.
Way more.
That
Way
makes
more.
it definitely
Interesting.
makes a big difference,
Yeah.
doesn't it? So what are we seeing? Like as good a driver fit as anyone's going to have so far?
Well, yeah,
135 miles an hour.
135. I know. I'd be curious to actually dig back into last year's numbers and see how different.
I can pull those up.
It'd be interesting to
can
see
do that.
where these are relatively speaking. But
That's so
I
good.
seem to remember some 135, 136 ball speeds last year. We're seeing very similar stuff.
Yeah.
136,
Yeah,
135 in the last. And the first two as we're warming up, at 133. But as Lindsay's kind of getting a little more loose and into the session, that's
For
just
sure.
climbing. It's
Yeah.
really good.
And good launch and spin, obviously. Someone that controls the club face so well, that's great numbers for her because she's really the only thing she needed was more distance, and
That's right.
that's what the driver got.
That's it.
Okay, so not going to be easy, but let's give you the 2019 edition.
Thank
So
you.
everything is exactly the same shaft, same settings, except for the half-degree loft. So we're
Okay.
hoping to see what that new driver head is going to do.
Cosmetically, Linz, a couple little small changes, a slightly bigger carbon element to
Yep.
the crown.
Yeah, it
You
looks
see
a
it?
little different.
Yeah,
A little more shallow, matte
yeah.
finish
The matte
versus the
finish.
shine.
Yeah. Do you like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I
kind of
like
look
it.
of it? It's nice,
Looks
isn't
good.
it?
It
I think
looks
it
nice.
looks great.
It feels good. Looks
know.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some debate as to whether people like the amount of sort of design on the bottom of them, whether it's a bit busy with the kind of red stripes and different stuff.
Yeah.
But I think once you've got it in the playing position,
I agree
Yeah,
with
I think it's
it sits
excellent.
nice.
yeah,
They've got that part of it right for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's a great one to start.
it really is.
Certainly
That'll
sounded
be a
very similar.
contender,
Yeah,
won't it?
it won't be slower, that's for sure.
Okay.
That was a
That
better
sounded
one,
really
Linz,
good.
wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
What do you guys think of it so far?
I like it an awful lot.
It's looking good, isn't it?
Would I be telling you to run to the store and buy a new one?
Yeah.
Not yet.
No, probably not.
Okay.
You hit yours so nicely. I mean, looking at the two overlays there, carries the same. Launch and spin are really being dictated by strike point. So we're not seeing an awful lot. Ball speed is very, very similar.
Yeah.
It just means they've made another really nice driver. And for you, that you'll probably update to the new one.
Yeah.
Most likely, just as a staff player does. But
But someone who had this
somebody
previously
who's bought it, yeah,
maybe wouldn't, unless they really like the look or sound or feel of the new one, they might just be okay to stay.
They'd be very comfortable in their purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and as a consumer, so if there was a consumer in here right now and we were looking at this going, okay, Lindsay's kind of locked to Taylomade right now, would we look at other heads, and go where? It's
exactly.
it's maxed out on just about everything. Efficiency's 146, it's as high as we ever see.
Yep.
The only thing we would look to is, can we get her to swing something faster? Can we?
Yeah, influence the player, but
Yeah.
not the result is so good.
The result is so good.
That sounded really good. That's another long one. Get across that green.
Oh. It felt a little high in the face,
Yep, it was a
good.
little bit, but still
but okay.
very good. It's got a nice shape.
It's good, isn't it?
Very nice. I mean, you really haven't missed a fairway the whole time with either driver.
And that one strayed a little into the toe lines. Did you feel that one
I
slightly
did.
out the
Yeah,
toe?
I felt it a little
I
toey.
mean, look how great that is.
Yeah. 28.
Out of a slight miss hit.
Is that the twist face, Ian?
I mean, you would probably, if you put your Taylomade hat on, say yes.
Yeah.
You know, perhaps. You know, I don't think twist face is a dysfunctional technology, Lindsay. I think it's very functional.
Yeah.
You know, the ability to reduce gearing on a toe strike, for sure. I mean, look at that one. If we look at that last flight, there's no way we can detect that it was as far in the toe as what that was. Let's look at the measurement of it. 21 millimeters in the toe, our most today, and it was a lovely baby draw.
And the ball speed was still good too, wasn't it?
Really good.
134.
It was excellent.
Yeah, where it felt like it could have been a near miss for me, and you still get the distance out of it.
That's very true.
Yeah.
The thing for you, Lindsay, if you know, trying to kind of dig a bit deeper in for you into your question there, as to whether that is good. It's good for you because your tendency is to get a little bit out to in on the path.
Yeah.
The face stays a little open to that path, but you hit draws from toe strikes. So that's a perfect storm for you right there, which is great. So if we look at the average spin axis tilt on this driver right now, 2.4 degrees left, lovely little draws.
Yeah.
This would kind of, this is holding everything together right now. I'd be curious as to why it's a little bit
straying in that direction.
Yeah, in the toe though. Let's see where the other one was. I don't think it was as much in the toe, was it? It was a little bit.
A little bit, but maybe slightly less.
Yeah. What do you think yourself, Linz, feedback-wise, like hitting them and being in the driver's seat? Do you like it?
The
new
club,
one?
yeah, I really like it. Feels really, really good. I mean, comparison to the other, close,
isn't
really
it?
close. But I would say this feels good. Both feel like I have a ton of control.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot.
And the half degree aloft doesn't seem to have changed. I mean, our launch angle is basically exactly the same. Ball speed's the same. Spin is within 200. So you're basically in the exact same windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, more carbon on top on M6, lower CG than last year. You know, again, those types of things are the small increments that will raise launch, lower spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we can probably talk to all that stuff. The reality is it's an excellent driver and will continue to serve you well.
Yeah.
I think that's the moral of the story, isn't it? You're not moving out of an old favourite that you know you loved, and now you're going to have to try and wrestle with a new driver that's completely different. You know, pop the new one on it, off you go. You're in good shape.
Remarkably similar, isn't it? Yeah.
Definitely.
Good.
Which is good.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good initial test. I think that will satisfy a lot of people's curiosity.
Definitely.
About how comparable they are. Very, very comparable. And we'll be getting into M5 and some other tests with them soon. But curious, I guess, more to see who would fit into M5 versus M6. We'll do some tests on that as well.
It's a different animal. M5
will likely be a higher spin model, this one, than M5 will.
For sure.
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, M5. Well, in fact, just by nature of kind of not having hit many shots here, I wouldn't mind popping M5
Love
on for
to,
Lindsay, and let's kind of look at it.
Great.
Okay,
cool.
So little testing with M5 here. We know that M3 wasn't the one for you last year. It was a little low spin and we lost some carry. We could retain as much height. So let's see if that's the same thing this year with M5. Okay.
So same shaft, same loft as well?
Exact same. Was pretty good.
That's nice, isn't it?
Little toe.
Yeah, a little toe. He lost a little bit of ball speed out of that one, just out the toe.
Yeah, quite a bit toe.
That sounded good.
That's better.
That was nice, wasn't it? Let's get a really quick flight to it. It's not as long in the air.
No, it looks like it's carrying a bit
that
less.
Was maybe 225, 226 there, something like that.
Yeah, you're right. Good
224.
Big bounce though.
Yeah, low spin, very forward flying. But again, you know, we know Lindsay hits a lovely little draw, and those are kind of flat down the right hand side. As soon as she gets that face closed a bit more,
it's going to be too low.
It will really knuckle forward. I'd be interested to see if we see one of those. Little draw out of it. So it's a little fade. Tell you what, good driver if you do hit a fade. How flat that was.
Flat.
Oh, that's lovely. That's
going to have some distance, isn't it?
It's quite long as well. Still not as long as M6.
No, it's not staying in the air quite as
long.
long. Yeah, so that was 1748. So that is definitely a solid 200-300 RPMs lower spin than M6. And that's what they've designed it to do. But that would be a slightly less stable driver, especially for someone that doesn't necessarily need the spin reduction.
Yeah.
And that would make sense why this is staying in the air a bit longer, going a bit further.
Definitely.
It's just a better fit.
Wow. Cool.
Interesting to see all these things at play.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really, I mean, it's probably exactly the way it would be drawn up, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that fractionally toy again, Linz?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. It really keeps that spin down, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
M6.
Yeah, M6 is
M6
definitely one.
Definitely
for
M6.
Lindsay. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and that's probably what we would expect to see, the driver with the CG all the way back there. Obviously,
Yeah.
we left the weights in the middle of the head on M5 just to show what a neutral M5
Sure.
would do. But I'm sure if we pulled the weights back, we could improve it a little bit, Linz. But
Right.
M6 already has it built in there.
Yeah,
It's just
it's a more
really
stable head
friendly,
for sure, yeah.
friendly driver.
Okay.
Good. I think that's a good starting point
For sure.
Thank
M5,
you.
M6.
Thank
no
you.
worries.
Yeah, really
thank
good.
you. And we're going to do the rest of the bag this year and
Can't
take a
wait.
look and get it all dialed in. So it'll be interesting to
Yeah,
see what
do
the fairway woods are like. And
The irons have to be done for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, take a look at those irons.
Yeah.
but-
okay.
Yep, lots more to come.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linz.
Good.
Appreciate it. Guys, hopefully, a lot of you can, relate to what we were showing there from a ball speed perspective and that sort of thing. Maybe, the consistency, obviously, we know that's Lindsay's forte is just the same flight.
Which
relentless
it's so good
consistency.
for comparing clubs because now we were able to see so easily
that's
what
very
the
true,
differences
isn't
are.
it? Yeah, no, that's the key with it. So hopefully now you can see if you are more like Lindsay in ball speed and launch and spin characteristics, M6 is probably the one that's going to suit you a little more. If you are someone who fights a little bit of spin and kind of maybe is a bit steeper on it and have to manage that, probably M5 for that player as well.
Okay, awesome.
Good, excellent. All right, guys, lots more to come. We'll see you again soon.